Insulin resistance doesn't start in the blood report. It starts quietly. Most people think insulin resistance is a disease. It's not. It's a signal problem. And once you understand that, fixing it becomes far simpler and far more sustainable. What I'm about to share is not theory. This is exactly how we have been helping busy professionals fix insulin resistance, lose stubborn belly fat, and improve blood markers consistently for over 6 years now. And as I explain this, you will see client transformations flashing on the screen, not because I want to impress you, but because I want you to understand one thing clearly. This works in real life. Now let's discuss what insulin resistance actually is. Insulin is not bad. You need insulin to live. Insulin is the hormone that helps move glucose from your blood into your muscles and cells so it can be used as energy. The problem starts when your body is exposed to high insulin signals all day, every day. Over time, your cells stop responding properly. So the pancreas produces more insulin to get the same job done. That's insulin resistance. Not too much sugar once, not one bad meal, but years of constant demand without enough recovery. And here is what most advice goes wrong. People try to fix insulin resistance by only attacking food. But insulin resistance is not just a food problem. It's a muscle plus food timing plus stress problem. So let me break this down into 4 parts. And this is the part most video miss. Number 1, muscle signal. Muscle is the biggest glucose burning tissue in your body. When muscles contract during strength training or even proper walking, they pull glucose from the blood without needing much insulin. This is why people with more muscles are naturally more insulin sensitive. And this is why many people who only diet, only fast, or only eat clean struggle. They are reducing food but not increasing glucose demand. That's like turning down income without fixing expenses. This is also why in our programs, people lose belly fat without extreme dieting because muscle becomes active again. You don't need bodybuilding workout. You need regular resistance signals, even 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. That alone improves insulin sensitivity dramatically. And this is non-negotiable. No supplement can replace this. Now let's talk about food without demonizing it. Yes, carbohydrates raise insulin more than protein or fat. That's normal biology. The problem is not carbs. The problem is how processed, how fast, and how unbalanced they are. Liquid calories, refined flour, sugary snacks. Eating carbs alone without fiber or protein, that's what spikes insulin aggressively. So instead of saying stop carbs, we do this. The simple rule, never eat carbs alone. Always buffer carbs with protein, fiber, and some fat. Let me give you practical Indian examples. Breakfast. And this is where most people mess up. Tea plus biscuit, toast plus jam, cornflakes, fruit juice. These spikes insulin fast and crash you later. Better options, eggs with some sauteed vegetables and 1 slice of toast. Paneer bhurji with salad, vegetable omelette plus fruit on the side, curd with seeds, nuts and berries, poha or upma with added peanuts, vegetables and protein. Notice the pattern? Protein first, fiber always, carbs controlled, not removed. Now let's talk about meal structure, and this is important especially in India. In Indian household, food is mixed. We eat dal with roti, paneer or chicken with gravy, sabzi with rice, everything together on the plate. So Western advice like eat protein first, then carbs is honestly not practical for Indian meals, and I don't expect anyone to eat that way. And the good news is you don't need to. The problem is not that carbs and protein are eaten together. The real problem is that in most meals, carbs dominate the plate while protein and vegetables take a backseat. That's what keeps insulin high. So instead of separating foods, we focus on plate balance and portion control, something that actually works in Indian home. The simple Indian plate rule, whenever you sit down to eat, half the plate should be vegetables or sabzi, including salad if available. 1/4 should be protein, dal, paneer, curd, eggs, chicken, fish. 1/4 should be carbs, roti or rice. Same food, same kitchen, different balance. And that balance alone can dramatically improve insulin response. Let me give you a very realistic Indian example. Dal roti sabzi. Instead of 3 to 4 rotis with little dal, have 1 to 2 rotis, a full bowl of dal, and generous sabzi. Paneer gravy meal. Instead of paneer gravy plus multiple rotis, have a good portion of paneer gravy, 1 to 2 rotis, and add sabzi or salad. Chicken or fish curry with rice. Instead of a large rice plate with little curry, reduce rice portion Increase protein and vegetable. Nothing is removed, nothing is extreme. We simply shift the ratio. That's why people can follow this even during family meals, travel, and social occasions. One more thing that matters a lot in Indian meals, eating speed. Because our meals are mixed, how fast you eat plays a big role in insulin response. Fast eating leads to faster glucose rise, higher insulin spike, overeating before fullness kicks in. So slow down, chew properly, put the spoon down between bites, avoid eating while scrolling on the phone. This alone reduces overeating without counting calories. About shakes, liquids and powders, liquid calories digest very fast. So if you are insulin resistant, don't replace meals with shakes regularly. Don't rely on liquid breakfast. Use protein shakes with complex fibers. Whole food always works better for insulin control. Why this approach works long term? We don't fix insulin resistance by avoiding Indian food, following foreign diet rules, separate foods unnaturally. We fix it by balance Indian plates, reasonable portions, consistent routines, muscle activation, better sleep, and stress control. That's why this method works inside Indian homes, not just in theory. Now let's talk about timing, but without extremism. Yes, insulin sensitivity is generally better earlier in the day, and yes, eating very late at night does worsen insulin resistance. But no, you don't need to eat only in the morning. What works far better in real life, earlier dinner, consistent eating windows, protecting sleep. If dinner is heavy and late, insulin stays high overnight, and the next morning, blood sugar is already elevated before you even eat. That's why people wake up tired and hungry. Now add stress to this. High stress leads to high cortisol leads to higher blood sugar leads to more insulin. This is why sleep, stress management and recovery matters. You cannot out-diet poor sleep. Let me share some bad dinner examples. Late, heavy meals, large rice portions at night, sugary desserts before bed. Better dinners, protein plus vegetable, dal plus sabzi, paneer plus salad. Light carb portions if needed. Dinner is about calming the system, not loading it. Now the big mistake people make. People try to fix insulin resistance by cutting carbs completely, starving, fasting aggressively, relying on supplements. And then they get short-term results and then rebound, because insulin resistance improves when your body feels safe, supported and strong, not when it feels threatened. That's why our approach works long term. And this is not theory. This is exactly how we have been helping clients consistently for 6 years. You are seeing those transformations on a screen for a reason. Now, this is not a medical diagnosis. Individual responses vary. If you are diabetic or on medication, adjustments need supervision. But the principle remains universal. Muscle, food quality, meal structure, timing, sleep, that's the real fix. Now, if you are serious about your health and fitness and you are a busy professional who wants to get in shape the right way, you can watch my short video training on my website chimpanzee.com, where I explain exactly how the program works. And please understand this clearly. Only apply if you are serious. This is a structured, science-backed system, not a quick fix. If you are ready, the link is there. And if not, start by fixing these 4 things. Your body will respond when you treat it correctly. I'll see you in the next video.